and I didn't hit the tapes.
But did you do a rolling start, Eddie? You're a cheater. Did you do that?
No, hey, let's bring it back to the old days where if you didn't touch the tapes, you were fine. Just go for it.
I like that
If
one.
you didn't break the tapes, run it.
Yeah, run it. Who cares? They roll them into the tapes, roll them back, roll them into the tapes, roll them back. Run it.
Remember the old days? Yeah, on 2000s, like they were bouncing off the tapes. As long as the tapes didn't break, then run it. Get a clean start, go.
Change the rules. Hey, let's change the rules.
Yeah,
I like that one.
even when I had clean starts, I said, "Oh no, you flinched, you flinched. Oh, let's restart. Stop."
Exactly. Exactly. Who made these bad rules? That's terrible. I don't like that. Oh, God. Forget those things. But you're a roller. I like the way you roll. You're like rolling. And then the tapes come up and you're gone. It's like, ooh, it's in first place.
Motocross days in Orange County Raceway on the motocross track, it had the iron gate that dropped down. By the time it was halfway down, you were second gear over the top of it. Bang!
I like that. Or you get stuck in your tires in that thing and you can't move.
No, that's the ones that go backwards. Back then they had the one that dropped forward. It was all steel all the way across, and it went forward. So you were in second gear by the time you were going across it. Before it was down, you were over the top of it.
You did a wheelie, so it was dropping, and you're doing a wheelie over the.
Yeah, you were nailing it. Yeah. Remember escape?
Then they got smart and they made it go forward, so you can't do that no more.
Yeah, and you get stuck. Remember Escape Country? Country back in the day? And they had rubber band starts. They had rubber band starts all the way across with about 30 people. And if you were on the end, the rubber band would leave one side and half the field's gone by the time you got started if you were on the wrong end. If you were late coming to the starting line.
Oh my God. That's crazy. Old days. Escape Country, Saddleback. Those are cool places.
Hell yeah.
Hey, I want to ask you a question. Another question. You can ask me a question too. But I want to ask you a question. Why do so many people like you? I mean, like, what is your secret? Like, I want to know because I want people like me, like you.
I don't know. I just try to be personable with everyone, I don't know. I'm just being me.
Oh, Eddie!
Just being me, I guess. I don't know. I try to be personable enough with everyone, not blow everyone off or anything, So, just try. Thank you. Appreciate that.
Yeah, that's awesome. I remember when we were pitting together, when we were riding together, and after the races, I'm like, I'm the bumblebee, and everyone's like going to pass Eddie. I'm like, come to me.
Yeah, but you've had your days before I started racing back in the late 70s when you were coming up through the divisions. It was a different deal back then. I think it was more Hollywood back then with Larry Huffman. We had the stands so full, it was great. And, the place was packed. You had 9,000, 10,000 people on a regular night at Costa Mesa on a Friday night. It was crazy, and then we had 5 nights a week racing. 5 nights a week. Hey, you can go racing and live off of racing. I made more in one night than I did all week at one of the jobs I was at. It was great. I said, I'm going racing. See ya.
Yeah, the days of the SRA. Remember, we had the SRA, and the riders got like 30% of the gate. They got like 35% of the gate, and then people were making money. The top 10 riders were really making money. It was great. Yeah. 30, it was only like 30%. It
was only $8 a head, I think, to get in the gate back then. Back in those days, and the place was packed. The place was packed.
It was awesome. I did a blog on that. It's called like Speedway in the 70s. And it was awesome. I mean, you had Gene, the dancing machine, and you had him dancing on the wall and falling and hitting his nuts, like, wow, and he's drunk with beer. More beer! That was awesome. And
right?
you had the castor oil, the smell, and you had lots of dirt on the outside and mud flying in people's faces. I mean, you had fights and stands, you had guys fighting, you had hot chicks walking around, these beautiful, gorgeous blondes and dark hair women, these 20-year-old ladies walking around, like, I was a little kid, so I didn't really get into the chicks. I like the fights,
It was a happening thing. Hey, Friday night, Costa Mesa was a party. And you get to see races too. It was great.
Yeah. Oh, it was great.
I quit drinking 26 years ago. If I hadn't done that, I probably would still be racing, So that's kept me going too. Probably got me through my cancer. Fact that I did that.
Exactly.
So. But yeah, I had my times as a kid, so yeah, that's behind me.
What was your favorite race night or championship? What was your favorite thing out of 42 years? What sticks out in your mind as like highlight of your race career?
After 30 years, I got to go to Europe with the Dream Team and have some fun and go to Europe and visit some of the tracks over there. We beat some of the other teams on their own home tracks, and to see part of England and the different places. We didn't really get to spend time being a tourist while we were there because we were on the hustle to get to the next track like every day or every other day. So we were thrashing on our equipment, cleaning and getting ready for the next race because we were only there for 2 weeks. But to even have the opportunity, I got to thank Alan Campbell and everyone that got us over, all the sponsors and people that helped us get there. Steve Tennant got me a motor. I've got different people that helped out and, backed us. All the guys that have helped me over the years that were still there with me to help me get there, and just being able to have the opportunity to do it. And the people's old vintage bikes I got to ride too over the years. All those opportunities came from Speedway also. If I hadn't been doing Speedway, I wouldn't have those opportunities, those chances to do different things and progress and have some fun with it. It was something else. It's been a good ride.
That's awesome. That's
right on.
I remember when you were like before you went to Europe and raced that, you always had that dream. When you're riding with me, you had the dream of going to like Europe, to England, race over the pond, and you never got that chance when you were like a 20-year-old or something. So I know that you always had that dream.
I was raising my kids. I was a single parent after my first divorce with my 3 kids. So that was a whole nother story. That was another chapter. I won't get into that, but so I didn't get to go